Then Rhea and Natalya. This is one of my more highly viewed videos on TikTok when we were talking about this last week.
Really?
Yeah, it's not, and when I say highly viewed, I mean like for my TikTok because I'm so new to TikTok. But yeah, us talking about how it just was a very weird moment of Natalya walking down to the ring.
It
But anyway,
was so funny.
yeah, so that it anyway. So we got a little bit more of that last night. But I feel we didn't really get a sense of if this feud is actually happening because it was just like a very awkward moment of Natty just being like, you don't give respect to your opponents. And it's like, what the hell is Rhea supposed to say to that? You know what I mean?
Of
Like
course I
Rhea's
don't.
gonna be like,
Rhea Bloody Ripley. Like what?
I know. Like she's gonna be like, why should I care? You know what I mean? Like I'm the champion. So I just thought that was like, it's so weird. I'm like, so that's why she's feuding with you because she's mad that you don't respect your opponents. I'm like, what is happening here?
It's very Bret Hart. It's very Bret Hart, girl.
But it's like, but she's not Bret Hart. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like it'd be
she's the
different.
anvil.
It's just I don't know. So I just felt like this whole thing was just a little bit weird, and I feel even more that I'm just not interested in this whatsoever. And we, like I said, we didn't even get a definitive answer on if it's going to happen or not because Natty just said that, and then Rhea was like, you just came out because you wanted people to feel bad for you. You wanted your face on camera. You're welcome. And then she's like, if you ever interrupt me again, I will end your career. And then that was it. And it was like, okay, so where do we go from here? Is Natty going to be like, I'm so mad that you don't respect Dana Brooke. I want to beat you up. Like, what?
Yeah, Natty, tough hill to die on, girl. That is a tough hill to die on. That no one respects Dana Brooke. I mean, listen, I respect Dana Brooke, but you don't see me just waltzing to the ring to confront Rhea Ripley and
but
being like,
also not even like punching her. You just stared at her.
yeah, like at least give a slap. Like I said last week, I know we don't condone violence, but this is a wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
But just give her a nice little slap, open hand palm across the face. Just let her know you're there.
Yeah, it was just
it was weird.
It was just weird, especially because the whole point was her coming out to like save Dana, and then she literally did nothing. I don't know.
Did not save her.
So,
fed her to the wolves.
I know. So, you know, when I'm thinking about this too, this is exactly the issue that I felt like was going to happen once we saw how the draft kind of played out with the women's division, that the SmackDown women's division is jam packed. And Raw, it's basically the top two are Becky and Rhea. So I'm not mad necessarily about them throwing Natalya to her because it's like they have to give her somebody. But I just feel like there needs to be something done because I don't want Rhea to have a bad title reign. I don't want it to be like, oh, she never defends it or she's this, she's that, because her match with Charlotte at WrestleMania was so good. Instantly one of the best matches of the year candidates, probably at the end of the year. I would hate for her to not have a good title reign after that's how she won the title. And a lot of it isn't even because of her capabilities. It has nothing to do with that. It's that she can't feud with Becky right now. Becky's in the middle of a feud with Trish, but then there's nobody else at that level right now that could even be like a real challenger to her for the title. So it's like, I don't know. They just moved too many people, too many of the girls to SmackDown, you know?
Yeah. They moved everyone to the blue brand, which I'm not opposed to. Well, that's my show. I love it.
I mean, and they definitely needed to even them out because before the draft, it really was heavy on Raw with the women and then not so much on SmackDown. Hence why Charlotte came back and went to SmackDown, you know? But now it's just the complete opposite. And I'm like, how did you guys not sit there and think about this when you were drawing up who was going where? You literally moved like Asuka, Bianca, like everybody to SmackDown.
You have the SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw, and then the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown. It's just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, it's a mess.